Good morning, this is Ryan Mallory for SharePlanner.com. Today is October 28th, 2010. 3 trades already this morning. They are FLEX, EK, and Motorola. All three of them were profitable, but only one of them was substantially profitable. FLEX was the first one. We'll jump right into it here. As you can see, I was looking for a break above the morning highs at $7. We get that. I'm in at 701. We creep up, and then, at about 1% I'm trying to get out. So at 708, I put in a market order to sell a quarter of my position. I think it gets filled at 707. That was a pretty quick move right there. When it reached its peak, it didn't stay there for very long. So there was a little bit of slippage in my fill. But had I done a limit order, wouldn't have gone out. And then it just comes right back down, and I'm looking for a bounce right here at around that $7 range. Don't get it, and I basically close out the position at $7 flat. So there wasn't any money made in that particular stock, and you can see, sort of relieved that I did get out of it, because only now is it starting to creep back up. You can see it's back at 697, but it did go down as far as 678, and there is no way you'll see me hold a stock that long for it to go against me that much. Because I typically put, anywhere up to 20% of my portfolio on a single position. So the next trade, and this was the better of the 3 trades, EK. I was watching this for quite some time. I was looking at a break of this morning highs, which came out on the second 1-minute candle. That was at $4.34. $4.34. We got a nice little bull flag here, and then we finally broke through, but as soon as we broke through, it just acted like it was going to do a head fake on us. In fact, my stop loss was at 428. I was not going to hold that thing beyond 428. Went down to 429, touched it for a brief moment, and then consolidated. I wasn't sure what we were going to see out of it, but finally we did. We got the breakout on EK, and I sold my first quarter lot of shares at $4.39, and then I ended up selling some more again right there at $4.40, and then we got a nice run. So I had about half my position out at $4.39 at about a 1% gains. I moved the rest up to break even, but then here you go. We get a nice run up to about $4.48. And it was this candle here that really disturbed me. This was like a little flash in the pan. It goes right down to 439 and right back up, but that was enough to scare me out of it, because that is way too fast for that kind of a stock to be moving against me. And I get out, and that was a very profitable trade. I got out. My last half position was out at 442. Actually, no, 443, and got out there for about a 2% gain on the last half. It did go a little bit higher, but you can see here these long shadows on the candles. That is not something that I was really embracing all that much. So I am glad to be out of this particular position. The last trade, Motorola, this one I really thought it was going to go much higher than what it did, and to my disappointment, it basically stalled out. But I was looking here at a break of this high, and and I notice this a lot of times with these stocks, the ones that don't really consolidate tightly with where it opens up at, and it will dip down. Oftentimes it ends up using a lot of its energy just to get back to the highs of the day, that when it actually does break it, it doesn't really go on as much of a run as you would hope for. But Motorola did provide us a lot of opportunity to make money on the trade. I got in at 858, and right off the bat it looks like it does good, but then it settles at this 861 area here that you can see for quite a few minutes there, and then finally it catches a bid and moves a little bit higher, and I took about half my position off the table at 865. So I book about 1% in gains on the trade, and looking for it to move higher. I put another order in at around 874, but it never filled. So it got up as high as 871, and then it proceeds to sell off. I knew in my mind that I wasn't going to let it, take me into the negative, so I did get out at 859. So there you have it. That was Motorola. Traded Motorola. You can see I made a good decision getting out when I did, because it did just drift sideways for a while before finally breaking down even lower. So those are my 3 trades. Hopefully that you guys were able to learn something off of them, gain some experience, and come back again tomorrow. I'll be doing them live on in the chat room. Take care.